Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tales of Gaming Addiction, a YouTube channel where we talk about gaming and all that good stuff. And today, it's yet again another shoutcast from the mini LCS, and joining me is Chadders once more. Welcome again, Chadders.
Hello.
And no sooner do we start than we get a pause. Why? Technical
we
issues.
had a lot of stopping and starting in our last game. That was, it just made us build ourselves up with lots of anticipation for that Ezreal jungle, and we ended up not seeing it. So hopefully we're not going to get that same issue.
Oh dear. That's really bad. There's a fantastic reason for the pause. You're gonna love it. Someone has the blue screen of death.
Ooh.
Tough times.
Very tough times. I'm gonna take my hat off and hold it to my chest.
Rip that PC. Although if it's blue screen now, I doubt it's gonna last the whole game before it blue screens again.
Yeah.
Because normally blue screen only ever happens for a specific reason. Still, beyond all that, let's just get into the team. So, over on the blue side it is Ryderrin, even though they're meant to be the other way round for the sake of the matchups, because I think we've already had this before with Ryderrin on blue, LeeSyndrome on red. I haven't got notes or anything to double check. But regardless, for the blue side, we have got Olaf in the top lane, Jungle Jarvan, LeeSyndrome in mid, and then the bot lane, which we were scratching our head about whilst this game was loading, of Jinx and Mundo support.
We were talking about the basically the power spike. Obviously, with Mundo being very squishy in the early game, he's got to get that health up, because that's really where he's gonna get his use, and from those the slow from the cleaver. So they are gonna have to wait, sort of pushing into mid game. Whereas on the opposite side with LeeSyndrome, we've got Graves and Leona, who are going to be a problem for them as of level 3, really.
Yep, and speaking of, over on the red side for LeeSyndrome, we have got in the top lane is going to be traditional Shyvana, Jungle Elise, Cassiopeia in the mid lane, Graves and Leona bot. So all normal for LeeSyndrome, madness from Ryderrin. This is going to be good. This is order versus chaos. This is the never-ending battle. Only one.
We're seeing the invade as well. Now that is going to be interesting, as we've just been talking about power spikes, and Mundo gets engaged on.
Yep, that's going to be a very dead Mundo, but it burns a flash, which is a bonus. And of course, Mundo doesn't have mana or anything else. All his abilities cost health, so throwing that cleaver was pretty much a dumb idea. He's going to have to back now, and that's going to cost Jinx some time in the lane if he doesn't get back toot sweet.
And we've got 3 trinkets used in the red jungle, so they have got all the vision of that jungle at the moment. They know exactly what's going to get taken and where.
Yeah, if I just flick the vision over to the red side, as you can see here for yourselves, we have got a clear view of the Bramble, clear view of the double Sentinels, which used to be double Golems, and also the Tri-Brush. So, LeeSyndrome already up in this game. Vision is key. Vision is victory. And also, everyone's starting traditional items. I like this. This pleases me.
We've actually got almost identical items, other than that top lane where Shyvana has started Doran's shield.
It makes sense for Shyvana though. She likes to be tanky all year round, whereas Olaf wants damage first, then tankiness later. And all quiet. So, might as well place our bets. Who do you think is going to win early? Who do you think is going to win mid? And who do you think is going to win late?
I've got to put my money on LeeSyndrome for the early game. I think that bot lane is just going to come out a lot better. I'm interested to see where the Mundo falls as we sort of go towards objectives like Dragon, like when they're trying to push and we start getting these bigger and bigger team fights. I'm interested to see where that falls, and I think that is going to sort of make or break RYD.
Fair enough then. I'm going to put my money again for that early game. I agree with you for LeeSyndrome. Mundo is the only thing that might tilt it. Mid-game though, I will switch over for Ryderrin. As we can see, the early aggression now coming straight out. A level ahead of what I said before the match started. So I said about level 3, don't mind if we do. It's actually level 2, don't mind if we do. Makes more sense.
I think that the danger is, and the danger really with any Leona player, is that it is a diving player. That is your play style. There's no real other way to do it. You've got to really throw yourself into the firing line, and part of being a good Leona
I'm just going to interrupt you here. LeeSyndrome and Cassio both going super low in the mid lane. LeeSyndrome just overstepped her mark. If she had Ignite, she might have picked up the kill, but she didn't quite get enough damage down to pick up Tony Ramirez. So first blood already for LeeSyndrome.
We do see Zenzao waiting in the bush though.
He is hanging around. I don't think he's going to dive in. I think the first bit is going to be Elise up in the top lane. In fact, they're both going at the same time. We'll just stick with mid for now since the camera's here. Zenzao will force Teddy Ramirez out of lane. Nothing to come of it, but we do see Olaf going down to the top lane against Elise. And Elise getting herself a nice free kill and a free lunch of minions. Delicious.
It was just that typical Elise repel play there, just travelling further and faster than the top laner could, and just getting the kill. Really well done.
Comments. And the bot lane also getting a hyper aggressive now, just sprang the camera thinking there's something going on, and it was. Mundo and Leona having a bit of coming together. The Graves was also right in the centre of it. Makes sense for the shotgun, and Jinx was just hanging off to the side. Just a little bit of a skirmish that escalated but didn't quite escalate into a kill, so this bot lane is still yet to be decided. Oh, this bot lane. This bot lane is all I want to see.
All eyes are on bot lane at the moment. We've kind of got the typical sort of bruiser fight going on in top lane at the moment, and they're trading blows back and forth. Actually, 7A going quite low.
But she's going to back off the tower. She's going to be fine. She's a Shyvana.
Yeah, we see no vision coming in. We've got Elise coming in now.
Yep, goes for the cocoon, but unfortunately lands absolutely nobody. Is forced to repel. Dual Blade goes a little bit hyper aggressive, just gives a show of force here, and Viper Nuclear is forced to back out of the way. Zenzao though is making his way up to the top lane. He has got blue buff. There is no vision from either side here, so we could see a very nasty flag drag slam dunk combo. 7er is very low. The flag drag comes out, but unfortunately it's not enough. DK Tom does get caught in the afterburn, and now Savannah's just going to have to run for it and dive to the bushes. Burns the flash as well, so that's going to give her plenty of time to escape. And this mid lane, Viper Nuclear still camping, but nothing yet. Still just back and forth skirmishing.
I think one thing we have to take into account as well, there is a 30 CS lead in bot lane against Jinx, which she has been doing a lot of it under tower, which is obviously harder to do. And they've now given up Dragon because she needs to be down there for the gold. So it's good rotation there, and there's going to be no vision, no timer, and no contest.
Yep, so a nice, quick, easy pickup for LeeSyndrome. There we go. That's, I think, the earliest dragon we've had so far in this mini LCS at around about the 6:30 mark. And straight away, this bot lane is back into full action, full fighting form, and lays down the hurt. And it's actually forced Jinx well away from the minion wave, so plenty of gold and XP for LeeSyndrome in the bot lane. We just need to focus on the other lane. So mid lane currently, it's more in favour of Ryderrin, 27 to 19 CS, but there is a kill for Cassio, which pretty much balances the gold out of Quick Mathematics. I am about right as well. There's only 200 gold in it in favour of Cassio. She's already got the Amplifying Tome, and she's got her tier ready as well, so she's willing to start spamming those spells and at the mana build. Top lane has just been a bruise fest, so we'll have to wait and see where that one goes.
Tony Ramirez putting some big damage on Lissandra there.
Yeah, and now we can see this danger of the bot lane once again. Is it going to be a kill at long last? And it is. Travis is going to pick it up, but Zenzao does come in from the side. The flag and drag combo comes straight on through. He has got plenty of health though, and it's just going to be a nice sweet disengage here coming from Leona. Finally something happened in the bot lane at last.
Elise did come in and have a good look at it, but the bot lane is backing off. I did say already about the measured Leona play and the fact that she could just walk away, stepped straight up to Jarvan and just got the stun in there, just to hold him off of Graves, because Graves did take quite a lot of damage there, and that is the kind of measured Leona play that to me is it's what I'd want to see if that's my support.
Bot is being really smart, just saying no, hands off my ADC. Stun.
Yeah, you always get supports on these aggressive bot lanes, because this is an aggressive bot lane. You've got Graves' dash and Leona's just dive strategy. You kind of get them going in a little bit too far. So when you see measured Leona play, and that's what I would call measured Leona play, it's really good to see.
Well, we might see a little bit more here. Jewelblade is back in. He has picked up himself a Sidestone for more health. Mundo just wants that health. All of the health for Mundo. And he's actually starting to make a few cleaves. He's actually managed to make contact as well, so he's actually regenning and able to sustain the lane a little bit longer. Though mid lane, we might see some action here. Both junglers and both mid laners hanging around. Nope, instead it's actually going to be a roam from both members of LeeSyndrome right up into the top lane. Already DK Tom worries that something's wrong. He's throwing out the wear pings. Savannah is coming round. Actually goes straight on in for the dive in dragon form with the afterburn on. He's trying to lay the head. Actually brings him down to half health in a nice sweet little dive. But that's all this championship Shyvana is going to bring. And it does look actually like a real badass skin. Although mid lane.
Oh, in mid lane, yeah.
Yeah, in mid lane something was going on. Viper Unicorn's actually going down to ignite. Will run away with very little health. How much health is she on right now? She's on 60. So just barely survives, but Cassio is very quick to respond and actually forces LeeSyndrome well out of the lane and making sure that Elise is going to remain safe. Jarvan though is just hanging around. He hasn't made much presence as of yet. Bot lane though, again full on aggression coming out from Graves and Leona. One more auto attack will do it. One quick step dash from Graves will secure it. It's not going to be enough. The cleavers will keep the slow, and Mundo is going to escape, but it is going to be a dead Jinx. And it is going to be a nice
Cassiopeia coming
kill.
down there.
Cassio coming round the poison burn, and there we go. Twin Fangs will pick up the kill. Another kill up in the top lane for DK Tom, so he's now made himself 2 and 2. He's actually starting to level out. Zhenjiao is at half health in the spot lane. All this aggression is just coming in bursts.
I think Lissandra is getting some good trades in mid lane though. I'm saying that she's getting ganked now.
Yep, does get the exploding spider. She's actually taking a fair bit of damage, and there we go. There's actually quite a lot of synergy when you think about it between Cassio and Elise, because that exploding spider actually deals poisonous damage, which is what Cassio wants for her Twin Fangs to proc.
Yeah. I think Lissandra has been getting some good trades, but she had that CS lead, but now she's got losing on kills, and the CS lead is absolutely bang on equal at the moment. And they're taking away the blue, so we have got now a very large gold lead in favour of Cassiopeia with those 3 kills.
Indeed, it stands at over 1,000 now. It's about 1,100-ish, give or take, as this game goes on. So that early first blood, stealing jungle, is going to allow her to steamroll over LeeSyndrome. Although LeeSyndrome could turn this around, a couple of good team fights here and there, taking major map objectives will ensure victory for further use. And Leona is hanging off to the side, is forced to burn the solar flare just to land a little bit of damage in the stun, but it's not going to be enough. Although the Petrify comes down, Zhenjiao is actually caught incredibly low, does pop the Cataclysm, actually keeps everybody out. Shutdown now comes out for LeeSyndrome, so she now has got double advantage. She is burning away to the poison. Leona is going to be forced to back away, does go down though to Jewelblade with that Mundo, is actually even forced to pop his ultimate, just regen a ton of health. So LeeSyndrome, and there we go. As I said, a couple of smart plays will bring it back.
Yeah. We have got, she did have 1900 gold, Cassiopeia, before she died there, so she's going to pick up some serious items. She's going to come back into lane fighting.
Indeed, you can already see the items coming through as Shapeless Ambition does go down. Jewelblade is trying to duel with Viper, but it's not enough. Elise loves a long, drawn-out engage. Those Venomous Bites will give her a double kill. So already she's actually having a very good game here, 3-0. Cassio is 4-1 and is already ready to build Riley's Crystal Scepter with that giant spell.
We did see some pings going around Dragon as well from RYD, so we can assume they were looking at Dragon. They have vision around Dragon, and now it's actually gone the other way. We can see Graves taking that tower. He's going to head straight to Dragon, and they're going to take that, maybe with Zenzao coming in to contest though.
Yeah, he's hanging off to the side. He's looking for an advantage. He's certainly waiting for a chance to flag drag. Smite still not enough. Even the super mega death rocket was not enough.
It was a fantastic attempt though. They had all the vision there and all the timing. They just didn't quite get it.
Unfortunately though, it did mean 3 members drop dead. Jinx is 2 members dropped dead, but 3 markers came up here. Shyvana though is going very low in the top lane, but that's just typical Bruiser top lane. All is well in top lane. Although she has got her build water a little bit ahead of DK Tom, but DK Tom picks himself up his 3rd kill of the game.
Now Leona is laying down some vision in that they are quite deep wards. The bush opposite red buff especially is rarely checked for wards. You see that warded a lot in sort of higher tiers of play. That's at least 4 wards in the red side jungle. They've got pinks on either side in the death brushes, and now we're seeing an engage in mid lane.
Yeah, all hell is breaking loose. It's actually forced LeeSyndrome to entomb herself, but it's not going to match much. Travis comes straight on it and fires a full load of buckshot and just shatters LeeSyndrame's icy tomb. So that's another death for LeeSyndrome. She's now 1 of 4. She's not having a very good game at all. And even with the double tank of Jarvan and Mundo, I don't think it's going to be enough to push this lane through and take the tower. Although it might be with nobody there but Leona.
We've just seen the last blue ward time out as well. So now all of the vision, literally all of the vision from wards belongs to LeeSyndrome. And we're seeing Graves getting engaged on.
Yep, he gets caught in the Cataclysm. He is going to get out nice and safe though. Exhaust and the Solar Flare is going to be enough. Very well played from this Leona. She's doing fantastic. I think we might have to give her MVP at this rate.
I think so. Leona, it always seems to be where she needs to be, and we're just seeing Elise trying to repel onto Jinx there in the bot lane.
Oh, very nice. Repels over the Super Mega Death Rocket. Is it going to be enough? Then one more auto attack will seal the deal, and there we go. It did cost a flash, but
it might
it's a
not
kill.
have needed to cost the flash. I think she hesitated just because of tower there, but it was a really good pickup to dodge the Death Rocket.
And now just waiting for Shyvana. She's already picked up the top lane tower, so it's currently 2 for 1 in favour of the towers at the 15.5 minute mark. 15 kills for 5, 26,000 to 18,000 gold. The only outer turret left for Ryderrin to hold is the mid lane. And now LeeSyndrome are starting to collapse around it. But Ryderrin also very quick to counter. They've got team members holding off everywhere. We could see a fight break out any second now. The tension is building. Come on.
We're just sort of waiting for it. They are lacking Elise though. She is in the bot lane pushing, and that means that RYD are lacking Jinx. They're lacking their AD carry, she's just pinged the tower. She's requesting assistance in bot lane, but she's not gonna get it. They've got 4 very powerful people to deal with, and
there we go. It's going to be LeeSyndrome goes straight on in. Actually manages to get a fair bit of damage, but Leona also continues to fight, lays down enough stuns. Travis is very low, but manages to pick off Jarvan to the side. This Leona is doing brilliantly so far, keeping up the charge, but unfortunately DK Tom and LeeSyndrome have enough poke, but Super Mega Death Rocket from the side does pick up the kill. DK Tom is at half health, so is Shapeless Ambition. Elise has backed right off from Jinx, even though if she wanted to, she could go all in and take it. There's no more Super Mega Death Rocket to worry about. So very nice play from LeeSyndrome. They've actually managed to take the engage and get a few kills of their own, although they do lose their AD carry in the process. But Cassiopeia isn't done yet. Doesn't quite get LeeSyndrome. I was hoping she would.
I think going back just quickly to the MVP discussion we were just having, I think Leona is always where she needs to be. She's where she needs to be in fights. She's got that measured play, and also the kills are going where they need to be as well.
Agreed. Unfortunately, Jarvan's not where he needs to be. He does go down mighty quick. It's going to be Leona, Cassio, and Elise picking up. Mundo does manage to take down Cassio, but it gives Elise a double kill. She's now 6-0. That's not a spider I want to fight now. This is a spider that needs a can of RYD.
But that's 6 kills on the jungle. She has got as many kills as the ADC and is worth a lot of money at the moment. So she has got currently holding 4,000 gold, waiting to go back, and she's going to be, if she's powerful now, she's going to be a real problem when, as of her next B, really.
I'm actually going to try to sit there and work out what her next item is going to be, and for love or money, I cannot remember what's build with Kilda Gem. I know it's to go to Spirit Visage, but that seems a bit weird on a jungle Elise who's doing this well. I would opt to do something like, I'm tempted to say Void Staff or something down that line. I'm sure someone will correct me horrifically. Oh my god, you know nothing about jungle Elise, because I think the last time I played Elise was laning, and that was bad. Champions Ambition though gets caught out, trying to scout around the Dragon Pit. Does get removed.
I would say that is just down to lack of vision. Again, they need to have those, claim back that vision in the jungle. We are starting to see wards timing out there now.
Yeah, as you can see here on your screen, this is the vision that Ryderrin have. It's next to nothing compared to LeeSyndrome, who have so many wards around. They know that Zen Zhao is hanging off to the side. He's going to try and do his usual trick, but he does have Mundo for backup. With no flash, it must be said. But there we go, the ward does get spotted. Ward is removed. So, nice quick pickup here, and Dragon number 3, I think by my count, yes, it is number 3, is now LeeSyndrome's, and it's just going to get more painful from here, because now they've got pushing power, they've got attack damage, and now they've got movement speed, so there's going to be endless chases. Viping Nuclear though picks up the first kill on Mundo, with a little bit of an extended fight, 3v3 here in the mid lane, but it's 2 tanks and the AP mid versus 1 tank, ADC and AP mid, so Ryderrin are able to hold off the charge. For now.
One thing I will say, Graves has not picked up, or has not yet picked up a any lifesteal items. I'll pause for the engage here.
It's not going to be much. Shamus is going to go down. The Flag Drag Cataclysm Slam Dunk comes through. Super Mega Death Rocket just flies wide, doesn't quite pick anyone up. Cassio though really lays down the burst damage onto Jinx and gets a free double kill. And now Shyvana's trying to run away as fast as she can from Olaf, but it's all those throwing axes is enough, including the Reckless Strike does pick up a free kill, and now he's all alone inside the enemy jungle. He's not going to get very far. Cassiopeia does have enough, but is it going to be enough? Yes, but Ignite is going to be the burn, and shutdowns all around, so that was a 3 for 4. At least LeeSyndrome are doing really well in the kills department.
I think that was just a very good engage from Elise that started turning that fight, and then the chase from Olaf picking up 2 kills.
I wouldn't have expected that from Olaf, to be honest, but I will agree with you. Smart moves using the throwing axes.
Yeah,
Just land slow.
I think with the 5 kills, he is maybe not a force to be reckoned with so much as Elise is right now. Still worth a lot of gold, but is the most powerful member with that Blade of the Rune King. He can make some good 1v1 exchanges and trades with the people he's chasing with those axes. That axis is sort of the key to his chase.
Yep, Savannah though gets caught out in the mid lane. It is going to take 3 members of Ryderrin though to hold it off here, though Cassio does come out, does have to petrify, but no one looked into her eyes, so no one gets turned to stone. But that doesn't really matter. Yoda comes straight on through, lands the solar flare, but Olaf is in Ragnarok mode. He cannot be slowed or stunned or dissuaded. He's just going to carry on, and Superman Deckable Gate just flies off the top of your screen there. Absolutely sails by. It's going to kill some poor innocent bird on the far side of the rift. It's going to be a little bit of a shame. The fight still continues though. Leona goes in super dive heavy, takes all the tower damage, but Zen Zhao goes down for it, and Tony Ramirez on that Cassio continues to burst out DK top. It is enough, goes down. So it is only a 4 for 2, so LeeSyndrome are way ahead at the minute, and they're going to pick up this mid lane in the tower, and if they really feel ballsy, they could go for the mid lane in him, but with Dual Blade there on that Mundo, I would just back away.
I would as well, but I mean, it should be said, Dual Blade, obviously we were saying about that spike and health is what he needs, and he's just not wasted his flash, but used his flash to stay safe there. But he really does need to get the health, but he's not getting the gold through. 7 deaths at the moment. He's not worth much, and he's not getting much either.
Agreed on that one. Still, looking across the items, it's double the Andres on LeeSyndrome. Cassio and Elise both carrying those. Shyvana has got her Blade of the Rune King, and now we see Graves is about to pick up both the Phantom Dancer, although he's hanging on to Zeal. So yeah, that is going to be Phantom Dancer. What am I on about? I was going to say both Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, but that'll be when he goes back, I highly suspect. Leona has also now finished off her locker of the Iron Solari. She's also got the face of the mountain as well, so she's got plenty of health and armor for days. So she's quite ready to tank it. Although Travis doesn't quite have enough tanking power, it's actually forced to run, even with the smile on him. The Petrifying Gaze comes out from Cassiopeia. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade right now. Shyvana taking off the side. She Dragon Forms pretty much in the wrong direction, but very smart play there to use the Blade of the Rune King active just to get a bit of a slow out, but there was too much damage coming down. Elise does coming from the side. The Cocoon does land. DK Tom though does hold on long enough for a kill, and is a 2-for-1 trade for LeeSyndrome. They're getting a little bit cocky now, I think.
I think a lot of that fight though was about the wards are starting to time out, and we're seeing the wards sort of resurgence from the blue side. They're taking back that jungle through the vision, and I think they saw Shyvana, and that was a key thing in that fight, to have seen her in that bush and to have prepared, and that's why they got a good engage. They had Olaf there, and they got the jump on them. That's why vision, especially when we're pushing into this game and we've got some powerful players on LeeSyndrome, is really important.
Yep, Nukel goes in a little bit of a suicide mission to try and pick up Zhenjiao. Will finally get shut down. This adds full gold. I think at last count was 600, if I'm not mistaken, bounty gold. So that's quite a lot.
She's just picked up 500 gold bounty for that.
That's a lot of gold for Lysandra. See what she gets on that. Might as well focus on Ryderrin's items as well. So Olaf has got the Spirit Visage and Blade of the Rune King, so he's got plenty of health for days. He can take it and take it all back. Jarvan though, he's only got the Stalker's Blade and the Hex Drinker, so he's building up some MR. He wants to try and counter Elise and Kato as best he can. There are better items, but he needs the attack damage as well to combo with his base attack bonus and his various abilities. Lysandra's got her own Torment, and Jinx hasn't even completed a single icing match. She hasn't even got Infinity Edge, so she's massively behind compared to Graves. And Mundo, like we were discussing earlier, needs health, and he hasn't got any of it yet. He's only really got the Sightstone and the Crystalline Bracer. And this is going to be Dragon number 4 for LeeSyndrome. This is now getting danger territory. One more, and that's pretty much game over for Ryderrin. The engage now happens in the jungle. Savannah goes straight on in to charge with the Afterburn. The Cocoon comes out. It's only going to be 2 people picked up in the side of her. Jawblade though just gets removed entirely. That was painful to watch. DK Tom is also in a spot of bother. It's going to force the Dragon form out of Shyvana, and everyone is going to back away here. The inhibitor tower is a little bit too strong. So already LeeSyndrome really starting to push forward and take this game by the horns. We might actually finally see the break in the meta. He says, with no co-caster, the co-caster has vanished.
No, I'm completely transfixed on this fight at the moment. I think I'm waiting to see if they can.
There we go. That's the engage that Sandra wants. But unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. The other was off to the side, kept everyone busy inside of a solo flare. Jinx manages to pick up a kill. It's 2 kills aside now. DK Tom goes down. That is kill number 3 for LeeSyndrome. Jawblade comes on through. They could carry on the fight here, but instead they're just going to back away and disengage. It is going to allow Shyvana a chance to go back. Leona also needs to go back as well. She's very low on health. Graves could carry on pushing, but Jawblade, no, I wouldn't recommend it. So far, LeeSyndrome actually doing really well in these team fights.
I think I was holding my breath there just for that Lysandra engage. We've got 2 huge crowd control effects from Lysandra and Jarvan, and they used them simultaneously. They had vision on all 5 of them, and they got a good engage. They might not have got the trade they wanted, but they got a really positive engage. it was well synced. I think if Jarvan had been a little bit more powerful, which is simply just because of his gold at the moment, but that is sure to increase. We're kind of pushing into mid game now. That could have been a really good engage. And we're seeing some of the wards time out, so I'm hoping they're gonna go out and reclaim that vision, and they are. We've just seen a ward go down by the what used to be the Wraiths.
It's now the Raptors.
The Raptors.
See, I'm relearning my jungle. It's Raptors now. It's no longer Wraiths.
I've still got to relearn mine. But the Sandra caught out here.
It's not really going to be anything huge just yet. The Jarvan is hanging around. He does drop down the stun, but it's not going to be enough. Although Shapeless Ambition goes straight on. DK Tom also comes in out of nowhere. Lands down a couple of good hits from his cleavers and Reckless Strikes. It is going to carry on. Shapeless Ambition does pick up another kill. Leona now caught between two tanks and is going to go down. Although she does flash over the wall. But Mundo is going to clean that up nice and quick. At some point, I assume Mundo's going to pick this up. Wow, Leona's still going. I am amazed. I actually called Leona dead there. Colour me shocked.
We're kind of stuck on this fight at the moment, but really what they're trying to do is stop them with the stopping recalls now, because they have shirked the responsibility of defending the base against Shyvana.
Indeed, Shyvana's just actually been happy pushing down that top. She's already got down to the inhibitor. I don't think she has picked up. No, she's a little bit distracted at the minute with Jarvan, but she's not really too fussed. And there we go. Inhibitor goes down. A very nice play here from LeeSyndrome means they got themselves the top lane inhibitor. They got themselves a few kills for very little trade. Well, they only really lost Cassiopeia, I believe. So they're doing incredibly well now. 30 minutes in, 39 kills to 18, 57,000 gold to 37,000 gold, 7 towers to 1. And this game is unbelievable.
I think we are seeing some positive play from Ryderrin though. The fact that they're always getting to Cassiopeia in these fights, and they're realizing the value in a target like Leona. Yes, she's only on 3 deaths, and that 20 assists. She's playing a really good game. I'd still put MVP on her, but Ryderrin are starting to see that too. They're starting to make sure that, or they're starting to take the opportunity where she's engaged and she's not with Graves.
Indeed, they need to pick off their key targets. You've been saying Tony Ramirez and Tramis on the Cassiopeia and Graves respectively. They're the key targets and they're doing well. They are certainly doing very well, keeping her disengaged with dual blades. And now the support Mundo is starting to make sense. It's giving them essentially 3 tanks to play with.
Yeah. I think one thing that I would say is, it's when you look at these supports that are not really engineered to build a support. He's picked up Relic Shield as his gold item, but he hasn't upgraded that. He's been sort of like putting that off to get the Spectre's Cowl, to get the Crystalline Bracer there, and he's trying to get health. But as a support, you need that upgraded because it's all about the gold. That is the support item. So I think you can play without it, but to play with it and to sort of like not upgrade it, I don't really know how I feel about that. You end up with a build that ends up a little bit too, I would say, diluted. And when I'm talking diluted, we're talking health, and he's getting engaged on it yet again there.
Yeah, gets caught in the petrifying gaze and goes straight on down. No, but the Spectre's Calendar makes sense. We just saw Cassiopeia just one twin fag and just made half his health go bye-bye in no time at all. And now with LeeSyndrome with Baron buff, the possibility of Dragon number 5 in just a few seconds, and also taking out the mid lane, not quite actually taking out the mid lane, the bot lane, sorry, inhibitor tower. It's close though.
Just taking that down herself with no issues.
Elise is carrying the game now. Dragon number 5 for definite now for LeeSyndrome. I'm surprised that Savannah actually wants to go back. I would hang around here because now you've got Dragon number 5, Baron buff. Go in, go ham.
I think it's more the fact that they want to put pressure in other lanes. They want to make sure all the lanes are in their favour first. Although Graves cheekily taking that tower with no support, although Shyvana is now teleporting into.
Yeah, and it's going to be... This could be the final fight here. We have got 3v2 LeeSyndrome do have the advantage in numbers and in power. 4 members, it's still not enough though for Ryderrin. They need all the members here and they need to nuke down Premise and Tony super quick. Inhibitor number 2 goes down. Meanwhile, up in the mid lane, Elise is happy just taking down the mid lane tower, takes down the mid lane inhibitor, and I would go as far as to say that this is going to be game in a second. Although LeeSyndrome does go in dive heavy, it is not going to be enough though. She's forced to entomb herself. DK Tom is sitting there holding the line. It's not going to be enough though. They focus Travis. He is forced to run away and back entirely. He does manage to take down DK Tom with the help of Koteron. 2, 3 kills, 4 kills. LeeSyndrome's the only one left standing, but I don't think she's going to be around for much longer. There we go. Goes down for an ace. Double kill for Shyvana. And this is going to be LeeSyndrome taking the game
with
here.
a completely clear map as well. No towers, no inhibs. Dragon and Baron both taken. That's sending a message.
Yep, LeeSyndrome mean business. So, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like, favourite, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. And we'll see you for the next game.